Today we're going to be reading Love After Lockup, and the episode was called Secret Cellmate. Okay, so this episode starts off with Nicole and Deontay and Tia. I'm gonna say Aunt Tia, but she was in this episode a lot. So it starts out with they're showing us like Nicole at the hotel with Tia. They Nicole is saying that they did not make love, as Sean likes to say, and that and she's sick from drinking heavily the night before. And she's also been posting on social media pictures of her and Tia like in the bed and hugged up, things of that nature. And so Nicole has an appointment to go and meet with Deontay, right? But he has we think that he has no idea that she's been with Tia all night long. However, right before they meet up, Deontay tells the cameras that he knows she was with Tia the night before because she had posted it on social media and that they are on each other's social media. So he's upset. Um, and so Deontay, once he meets up with Nicole, he does confront her about what he knows. And I got a little bit aggravated with Nicole because she started catching attitude with Deontay, which I feel like it wasn't even called for because all he's doing, he's just asking her questions. And if you're supposed to be in a relationship with that person and you're laid up at a hotel with somebody else, they have a right to question you about it. So what did y'all think about those scenes?
So, I'm a person. um, I felt like you said, she was getting an attitude. He was asking questions that were actually legit questions. She agreed to meet with him, so she knew that when she showed up, he was gonna want to know, okay, what happened with Zach. She didn't expect him to say nothing about Tia, but so what? Like, you knew you were coming to talk to him about what happened with Zach and how you acted in the car and all that stuff. So to me, I would have went in knowing that it's gonna be difficult. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a tough conversation to have, regardless if you knew about Tia or not. And then two, like, if you so sick, like, I don't know, you either tell them like, hey, I mean, I don't feel good, so sorry for me being like this, or tell him you got to talk to him another day. I don't know, but I just felt like she was real rude, and it ain't his fault that she got too drunk, and it ain't his fault that she was cheating on him. Yeah, it's his fault for talking to a dumb chick, but it ain't his fault for the way she was acting, and she's coming at him crazy, and I'm like, she actually got done way nicer than what I would have if I was him. So
Yeah, absolutely. What did you think, Johnny? I know you've been vocal about your feelings with this couple.
Still can't stand him. And her attitude was simply because she was busted. She didn't think he was going to come at her the way he did. And
Right.
it's dumb.
I mean, kudos to him doing that, but he's still stuck on her. He's stuck on her. It still wasn't
Yeah.
enough for him to say, I'm done. Like, that's it. I'm done. I'm done. What he keeps
Yeah.
saying is, we'll see. We can see what happens. We'll see. And she knows it
Yeah.
too.
Right. It's crazy to me how in a 24-hour time period, not only did she cheat on you, but you know what she did. You know it. And the fact that he just wasn't done at that point. Sean, why do you think he wasn't done at that point?
because he's stuck on stupid.
hmm
He in love with a dream, a pipe dream.
Hmm.
Ain't
Yeah.
something ain't gonna happen. It's not happening. Because like you said, well, you busted her getting in the car with one man. B, which was the second part was funny, because old girl T was like, "Oh, you more handsome or pretty in person." And it's like, "Yeah, you're a handsome young fella too."
Yeah.
so he busted.
I love that part.
So he busted her with another man. Uh, so all this here in a 24-hour period,
So two men.
and you still talking about, "Oh, I love her," and when we can get back together. Who knows the future? Uh, uh, uh-uh. It's time to let go.
It is.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And so while Nicole and Deontay are having their conversation, Tia walks up and catches Deontay by surprise because, he didn't know she was there or that she was going to even walk up to him and talk to him. And so what I found, what really irritated me is not only does Nicole play games with him, but Taya does too. Because she walks up to him and she tells him, "Oh, I've known about you, and me and her don't have anything going on. I'm not trying to be with her, la la." La. And then um, Nicole says she wants to talk to Tia on the side privately, and she goes and talks to Tia, and then Tia is all like, "You got to pick me or him. If you pick him, I'm falling back." And I'm like, "But you just got done telling that man you didn't want anything to do with her like that on a romantic level." I was like, "You two just run game. That's all y'all are about. It's running game."
Right.
And I'm like, Deontay, oh my gosh. And so Nicole tells both of them she wants to be with, she doesn't know what to do. She can't make up her mind. And so after Taya gave her basically an ultimatum, she chose Tia. I don't know why I keep trying to call her Taya. Tia. She chooses Tia. And Tia and Nicole, they leave together.
Wait, but did she really choose Tia, or did Deontay make her choose Tia? Because she actually
Well,
said,
yeah,
I want you both."
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
So
I
I
feel
guess she
like
didn't technically choose Tia. Deontay
so.
said that he was going to remove himself from the
Mhm.
situation.
So I'm wondering how when Tia sees this, how she gonna feel about that because she made it seem like so what you chose me and she was like, well, I'm here, ain't I? He's gone. But when she sees it, I feel some kind of way. Like, wait, so you basically told this dude after Tia just said when they were talking privately, oh, I don't play those kind of games. Like, you're not gonna be doing all this back and forward stuff, and like she just told her, like, I don't do this. So you gonna tell him, oh, I want to have an open relationship and date you both, knowing that neither one of them want that. So how's Tia gonna feel when she see that? Where it's like, oh, you offered up an open relationship, and then once he turned you down. I'm the consolation prize. That's how I would feel.
I think it's game. I think behind the scenes they already knew what was going to happen. I don't really, I don't think she's going to be upset at all because she already knew.
Mm.
I just, it is what it is. I
Like
just thought,
that's the
Yeah,
yeah,
stage.
like that was just part of their facade on TV.
Mm.
yeah. I believe that Tia and Nicole, they had talked because I was shocked that Tia didn't even act remotely hurt or surprised by anything that Tia was saying. And I would have been shocked and felt some type of way. But I think they definitely, it was a game that they were, going to play with Deontay. Tia probably wanted Nicole to keep on going with the game and then give her some things as well from Deontay.
Yeah.
That's what I have a
Because
feeling.
all that, I mean, he even said on, was it Sherelle's World, where he said that
Hmm.
all the money that he gave her was kind of forced by Nicole. Uh, she had was already Tia was in jail with her when she was already dating him. She
Hmm.
pushed for him to be on the show, so I just feel like it was all
Tia
game
has something to do with that.
and that they both plotted to see
Yeah.
how much they could get from him.
Yeah, that's what I think when she said that I
Yeah.
love both of y'all. It's like I love the money. That's all she should have just came out and said.
Yeah, she should have said, "I love the
I love
money."
Yeah.
Tia and your money.
Uh, I
Yeah, because
want to
I
be
don't. I mean, even if he did say, "Okay, how long are you gonna let her keep sleeping with everybody else while she ain't sleeping with you?"
right.
Because she
Exactly.
slept with two people, and I don't buy that she didn't sleep with what's her face.
Oh well, they did some stuff. Even if she started getting sick, now that's possible that she was getting sick and that they had to stop. But I mean, they was getting down at
They
first.
were getting down.
Shoot, the camera showed us enough.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then the fact that she
Yeah.
lied to Deontay talking about, oh, we ain't do nothing. I was like, okay, we
yeah.
know about that. Then I'm pretty sure you lie about y'all did something. So,
And then she never
Now
owned up
I
to
remember he
sleeping
asked
with. Yeah, she
that.
never
Yeah,
said
she
she
didn't
slept
own
with
up to
old
that.
dude either. Yeah, sorry.
And then I remember Deontay asking her, "Did y'all kiss?" But I don't remember what her answer was. but I want to say she said no.
I think she was shaking her head no. She didn't actually say it. And then old girl said they didn't. So
Yeah, yeah. And
But
so with this
the fact that
couple,
she posted,
then like,
I said just the fact
what
that
you
she
say, Sean?
posted, the fact that she posted all that stuff on Facebook, and uh, and
Yeah.
knowing that the way she tried to cover it up, it's like, oh, if I would had something to hide, I wouldn't have posted on it. I was like, you was drunk and you didn't know what you was doing with your drunk self.
Right. Exactly.
Don't be trying to talk about play
It was,
that, you
yeah,
know.
drunk posting.
Yeah, I'm open book. I'm transparent. I ain't got nothing to hide. Oh snap! I did all that. Nah. And didn't want to get mad at him. So I like
Mm,
deflecting.
mhm.
yeah, she does a lot of that. She does a lot of that. And so, Deontay walks away. He says he's done. And later on in the episode, we see Deontay meet up with his friend Derek, and um, he has this box, and Nicole Jr. is placed into the box. And Derek is basically telling him now you need to get rid of it and just be done with her, all together. And so he does put the box in. I think they're at like a lake or a river. I'm not sure which one they were at, but it was a body of water. He sets the box on fire and puts it in the water. Um,
Did you say it was a
but I'm sure.
coffin shaped box?
It was a
Oh, I
coffin.
didn't
It was a
notice
coffin.
that.
It was a coffin shaped box.
Yeah.
Ah, how did I miss that? I didn't
Yeah, that
Yeah.
shit
notice
was
it.
a coffin.
Oh,
It was a coffin.
that's
That's
funny.
why it
Oh
burned.
no.
So it burned like it's like right when it got to a certain place, it just kind of just
Yeah. I
disintegrated.
noticed when he was putting a little fire on, I was like, damn, that box don't want to burn, huh? Then it was just on fire.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, man,
I'm
I
just
think
still
he
tripping that
dumb.
it was a coffin.
That's still his toy that he bought, man. I would have just named it something else and moved on.
Yeah,
He had it too attached to
I just
her.
know.
I think I
True.
would have burnt
True.
it and called and bought another one.
I don't think those things is that cheap, but well, I
Yeah,
guess he got the money now, probably from the show and all
Yeah,
that.
he ain't got to give
yeah,
Nicole
Yeah,
any more money.
yeah. He can
He
afford,
said he want the real
right.
thing.
he can give him a life side one now. He got Nicole.
True.
Yeah, he's gonna need something because he ain't getting nothing now. He
Mm-hmm.
definitely will not be getting anything now. All right, and
Well,
Before,
he can
before,
move on.
before you move on, let's just have a moment of silence for Nicole Jr.
okay.
Okay. All right. Moment's up. All right, man.
I thought you
So
were gonna
that-
say some words for
so
us.
He
said
said
enough.
words for him. He said words.
Yeah.
Yes, brother Sean, go ahead and hit us with
He
something.
said enough. Oh no, he said enough when he said let us come together, whatever he was saying. And his boy looked at him like he was crazy. I was like, dude, you having a real funeral for this here
Yeah,
dog?
he was. I mean, I guess he said you put it in a coffin. We might as well.
Sister
That's the
Reese, do you want to say some words for our
Ew,
moment of
no.
silence?
Yeah. That thing was already dead. It didn't have a head.
How
uh,
about you, Sister Johnny? Do you want to say a few words for our moment of silence for the torso?
Nothing nice.
okay, then from dust to dust and ash to ash.
Yes, and let's also ask for some bleach for that dishwasher. Now that we know Nicole won't be in there anymore.
Yeah, yeah. That or maybe just purchase a new one, period.
Yeah, but the
Yeah,
next person, the next woman he invite over to the house, and she gonna be like, "Did you wash this by hand or in that dishwasher?"
but you know what?
That's
Even by hand, I don't think I would trust it because
No,
yeah, I just get a feeling he doesn't wash his hands very often. Like he
Ah,
might. That might be.
uh,
That's what I have a feeling. All right, so then we also had Stan the man, as Sean likes to call him, and
mm,
Lisa. So the episode opens with them going over Stan's investments, and he's telling her how much money he has, and he's going over like his investments and his bonds and stuff. And it also amazes me how we've watched a whole season of this, but this really hasn't been that long because they say that this is 9 days after Lisa has gotten out of prison. And so his friend Dash, Stan's friend Dash comes over and see, and then did y'all see the little SUV that I was talking about that he also
It
has?
was was it in the driveway this time?
Yeah, and then him and Dash got into it and drove away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so Stan is on the way to go pick up the car he got for Lisa. Okay. And so he's telling Dash how he has spent over $3,000 clearing up Lisa's fines and tickets so she can get her license back, and that he is going to go put a down payment down on the car, and he has decided he's going to have his name on the car too. Another previous episode, he said that Lisa needed to do it all on her own, but he is going to put his name on it too. And he's basically, just kind of telling Dash all of the things that he's done for her, and that he trusts her, and he feels like, she's not going to do anything bad or harmful. And even if she uses him for some money, he has plenty of money. He's got plenty of money left, I guess, in that whole life policy that we discussed.
He showed his stocks
Um,
and his bonds.
Yeah, his bonds. He has bonds. I guess that's
mhm.
what he's doing. He's cashing out his bonds. He gets $130,000 a year in retirement.
Well, I think he gets, because she said return, so I'm thinking he gets dividends on his stocks or
Dividends
something.
on
Because
something. Yeah.
yeah, but I mean, he got to have a lot to be getting 100 and some thousand a year. So his portfolio, I guess it's legit pretty nice. But did y'all see how she looked when he said 130,000 and she's like, a year, and it was, she kind of like, oh,
That's it.
yeah. I'm
To
like,
me, she was kind of like, "That's all you got."
Yeah, I mean, that's a good retirement amount to be pulling in.
yeah, because
Like,
he ain't working. That's passive income. Shit.
exactly. And he retired with a great salary if his retirement is that much money.
Yeah. And
So
he ain't got no mortgage because that house is about 60 years old. So
Yeah.
yeah, and he hasn't done any renovations on it since it was built.
Only thing he might have is a car note because he ain't paying on no furniture. He ain't paying on nothing
No,
else.
no. And he might be
I
making
know.
some money off his toupee line because I'm starting to see that toupee a little extra places.
Yeah,
Well, people didn't
it
Google
has.
that mess and found it.
I
I
know. He
was
might be
saying
getting
if he ain't getting paid for it, they better coin him for that. I'm like, y'all better. I want to trademark the fact that they buying this because of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's the original spokesperson for that two-pack. He is, so he should be getting some royalties.
He should.
I've seen that toupee show up in places that I'm like, why do we have
I
a
did
guy
a
here in
double
that
take.
toupee?
I did a double take the other day. I was sitting there like, what the hell? Is that thing just following me around? I have to ask you, like, where'd you get that? I'm going to get that for somebody I know.
Don't tell me it showed up at your job.
Yeah.
I know, right? Like, what the hell?
Can you imagine going to work and a guy at work has that wig? I mean, that toupee.
I'd be like, what the hell? I'd be like, is that the style? You don't dye your sides, you just keep your sides gray and dark as ever on top.
Yeah. It's like literally he did no blending. He just set it up there like it was
Set
a
it
hat
up there.
and walked away.
And twisted it around a little bit. Got a little.
I swear.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Only
I
one
swear.
who did some days.
Yes, I need him and Lisa to find a quality hairstylist, and I need them to make some appointments. That's what I
Yeah.
need. That's what I need.
Yeah.
Their hair situations is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's too much.
Yeah. Ain't no way. They need, they both, I'm
But
still mad about their hair.
leave my boy hair alone because mine's coming next week.
Oh, Lord.
Oh no. No.
I can't wait to see it.
I'm doing
Now you gotta find one and put on because now you didn't promise that to the world.
I know. Is it a
Promise
froey
it.
type or is it stringy like his?
It's gonna be a surprise.
Okay.
Oh, that has locks, dreadlocks. I think he looked good with some dreadlocks, stop.
Oh, no. I'm trying to get into Golden Corral and get that senior citizen discount. So it got size gray.
It's the gray dreadlocks. You still can do it. Gray dreadlocks.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can add some little sideburns. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
You get the one that's in the ponytail at the
Yeah.
top.
Yeah, okay. I'll check it out.
Yeah. And then you do a man bun. That would look good.
Yeah, so when I ride on my bicycle and I can have it going in the back, huh?
No, you're gonna hit a bun,
Yeah.
so it'll be like, you know,
Uh-huh.
one loose one.
Yeah. One loose spiral curl. Is that what
Yeah,
you're saying?
one loose dread, like one loose one just hanging for no reason.
Mm.
Yeah, then he can keep wiping it out of his face.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like that. So yeah. Now, what I found very interesting, I'm like, while Stan was going to go pick up Lisa's car, Lisa's in the house sizing up Stan's collection of baseball cards and other things. And I'm like, girl, why size up more stuff? He's giving you a lot in 9 days. 9 days.
But y'all be talking bad about Stan. Now that's right. I'm gonna sit back and listen to y'all talk about greedy Lisa. Carry on.
Lisa has definitely shown her true colors. She is all about the money. She's not about him. And I don't know. And my whole thing with him is, why are you trusting her in your collectibles like that? Like, those were expensive items that I would have had locked down. And then for him to show it to her brother too.
Yeah.
He got a family of criminals.
Yeah. He would have been like, I heard you got a thing of collectibles. You know, I like baseball. I'm like, yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Right on that couch.
Like, right there. She probably said all that to her brother.
Listen,
he's
or I would have been like, hey, I got some pictures on my phone if you really wanted to see. Like,
yeah. You can.
He's like, you can't show me. I am right here on the phone.
See, Stan is planning something. He's plotting something. See, he know that they're a family of thieves, a family of criminals.
Oh,
you got to insure.
So you think he want to do a little insurance fraud, possibly, and make sure.
Right. Look, it ain't gonna be fraud. They really gonna steal it. So.
It won't be insurance fraud.
If he's dangling it in front of the thieves, I mean, he's part of the problem. You know?
True.
I was just like, oh my gosh. And like I said, the way she kept walking around in his house, she was really like looking for stuff. And then of course she's talking to her girlfriend. And it's just, I mean, she's about as trifling as Nicole.
Yeah.
Her and Nicole must be cousins.
Yeah, they are.
Got the phone pricing saying, oh, this worth 130. Oh, wow. This is signed Babe Ruth. Oh, yeah.
Then she's like something about, I think that's real gold. I'm like, girl, be quiet.
Yeah. Well, like one of his cards were like 22 karat gold cards. And then he had a Babe Ruth signed baseball.
Look.
I don't even know much about baseball, and I know that's worth some money.
Look, we know Stan don't upgrade nothing. So if he got an antique, that mess is real.
Yeah.
Real. Like, he didn't have to question nothing.
Right.
He got back in 1922 when he was born.
Yeah.
That dog is real.
Yeah. He was a little kid. Yeah, he was a little kid at that baseball field when that ball was caught, and he has that same ball. Y'all are right. But we were trying to figure out what is it he splurges on. I guess that's it. Baseball.
That's it. Yeah. His baseball collection. Baseball cards.
Yeah. So.
But he trusts her because he trusts her in the basement. So.
Oh yeah. Anybody that's moving?
Oh yeah. Did you see all her strap-ons?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, golly. And then she told you how she made one in prison. I was like, I still got it painful.
But my thing was, unless I missed something, why was she searching for the strap-on at that point? I was like, what is
no, I think that was just an add-on little extra.
I think she was just showing them off.
Okay. Yeah, because they just kind of threw that in there, and she was like, yeah, these are this.
All the
like,
different sizes that Stan likes.
And then
poor Stan. His business all out in them streets now.
You
it
know,
is. It
I can't
is.
even
It
look at his
really
butt
is.
the same.
Mhm. No, I'm like, when you turn around, do not zoom in. Do not.
I know, right?
You're right. You're right. Because when he walked in the back with the brother, I was like, wait a minute, Stan. Uh, your butt
Yeah,
seems a
well,
little bit high today, Stan.
I know, right?
Those Stan.
Maybe he's trying to entice the brother so the brother will come to the room too. Who knows?
I was sitting there like, is it me or is that thing plump or something?
I know, shoot.
Oh goodness.
I can't reach out to that.
That's why he
His
got up
butt
there.
was looking plump.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You can
I
tell
was
that
like, is
thing up.
that
This
what
is
doing in the
getting
butt
thick.
for you?
Getting thick now. Stan getting thick.
Oh goodness.
Okay, that was yeah. So Lisa's brother comes to visit, as we mentioned, and he brings his girlfriend with him. And so the brother,
No,
he,
I
No,
don't think
that's
that's
like
his name.
that was like their mother.
Yeah.
She actually
I
looked
thought
better.
she said, my brother and his girlfriend.
Mm-mm. It's
You
a
know,
woman that's
Some,
like their
some reason,
mother.
I think they did say something like that, and then she said that woman was
Was
somebody
like a
that
mother
raised
figure
her, or grew,
to her.
yeah, like a mother
Really?
figure. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, I
that's
guess
Yeah,
the
it's right
older
on their
brother.
mother. Huh?
yeah. So when I saw the girlfriend, I was like, oh, so the brother likes older people like Lisa does, huh?
Yeah,
And
she's a lot
so
older.
she's not, yeah. So she has some thoughts on Stan, and she's not particularly happy with him. And she also tells Lisa that if it was me, I would not have came back. For which I totally understand everything that she said because, to be honest, I don't know that I would go back. Um, but Lisa, she did choose to go back, and then her brother, he doesn't care for Stan either because of the way he treated his sister. And then he ends up telling Stan, that his sister has been through a lot, and her ex-husband beat on her so badly. And he's just kind of letting him know, like as a big brother, like I'm not cool with the way you treated my sister, and I don't want to watch another man treat her as bad as her ex-husband treated her.
Mhm.
So what did y'all think about that? I mean, if I was staying owner, like, oh Lord, I need to act right because this young buck may come and beat me up.
Mhm.
That's how I would
Yeah,
be.
I
No,
think
if I was Stan, I'd be like, okay, it's time for y'all to go.
it was too.
'Cause-
It was almost too aggressive to me.
yeah,
It was very intimidating. I was kind of nervous for Stan. Um, I can't say I was cool with that. I understand the message he was trying to give him, but then too, your sister is using him as well, and I mean, I don't know that anyone can always get off so easy being used and abused. And I don't know. I got the message he was trying to give, but I just felt it was too aggressive, especially knowing that he's a criminal as well.
mm-hmm.
Confronting that man like that in his home.
Uh-huh. And that's when I'd have been like, okay, I get you saying. Time for y'all to go. All right, bye,
Yeah.
Lisa. It was nice knowing what you. Go home with your brothers. That way we won't have this problem again.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I mean, if he can actually treat Lisa right, then he doesn't have to worry about the brother. But it was kind of. Uh-huh.
What is treating her right? Giving her everything that she wants?
But not kicking her
No,
out
not
every time you got an
not
attitude.
her. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Kicking her out every chance that you get, not wanting her to spend time with her children, or having negatively speaking on her motherhood. You know,
Okay.
then I
Yeah,
don't think
because
he has to
he can
worry about.
keep buying her everything he wants, but I mean, it's kind of like Ike and Tina allegedly.
Yeah,
You don't beat her and then drag that gift in there after you done dragged her across the room in front of all her
yeah,
kids and everybody else, and then you gonna leave a gift. Well, okay, you kicking the girl out the house every 2 seconds, and then you buy her something, but treat her right, and then you don't have to kick her out, and maybe not even have to buy her something every 2 seconds. I don't know.
yeah.
Mm,
So
mm.
Well, hopefully
But
that's just.
the
I
things he
think.
bought her, he promised her. So once he gets past that, it should calm down. But I don't know.
You
Not
said
with her
God.
still cheating.
Hmm?
She's
Yeah,
cheating on him. I mean,
Yeah.
she's using him for money.
He,
So
but he doesn't know that though.
no, but I mean, when he does find out, so he's supposed to be nice and let her stay and be
Well, when
worried
he
about
finds
what
out,
her
I
bill is.
but he
mean,
don't know.
that's understandable to kick somebody out that's been cheating on you. But if you're
Yeah,
kicking
he
her
don't
out
know.
because she doesn't want to run to the basement with you, that's a
Yeah,
whole nother ball game.
yeah.
But she want him to keep his promises, but she
But
don't
yeah,
want to keep her promises.
right.
What's the
And now
promises?
she
Yeah.
want to make him pay because he kicked her out when she didn't have to go back.
Exactly.
And that's not right for Stan. Now I get it. He should have never kicked her out. All that was wrong because no means no. And if you love the person, let her stay. And don't worry about all that. But she can't be talking about, oh, you're gonna pay, but she's not giving up what she's supposed to give up. And she knows she's not faithful because she says that she purposely keeping stuff away from him. So
Right.
she's not being honest. So you
No,
don't
she's
know that.
honest.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that, and so to me, his kickouts still weren't justified in the sense that he was mad at her because she wanted to be a mom to her kid. To me, that's a red flag. So yeah, she didn't have to go back, but she gave him another chance, went back, and then he does it again. He like snaps again because she don't want to go sleep with him.
And she
So
gave
now
him,
it's like, okay, now that she finally slept with him, calm down, and he hasn't been doing the stuff. But I feel like as her brother, um, whatever, he came in and let him know, like, hey, this is my sister, and I know what she done been through, regardless of his brother's past or Lisa's past. Like, as her brother, he was like, basically, you do it again, you gotta come through me, and let him know, like, you ain't gonna just keep doing that to her. The brother doesn't know everything she's doing either, I'm assuming.
He said at the end he knows that he figured
When
that
he
she,
said the way she acting, it's something still like he don't really trust that that's
yeah.
really what she wants.
and
He
then
didn't come out and say he knew, but
yeah. So, but as a big brother, because I have a little sister, and if she's involved in a bad relationship, I would come to her and try to tell her, hey, you need to get out of that relationship. Don't go back to that situation. But since you decided to go back to that situation, now I'm not gonna go and threaten no boy. Now I'll probably tell him, well, yeah, I guess I would tell him that you need to leave my sister alone. Next time you do something like this here, you might have to deal with me. But uh I still would be wrong in doing that because my sister decided to go to that situation. She put herself in that. And who am I to come in between my sister and the person that she says she loved?
Right.
yeah, but I mean, to me, like as a brother, like he just doing what he know how to do. Like that's just what he know how to do. I
Yeah,
mean,
just
if
to
I
be
was in that situation to where my sister is not my little sister, but I still would say,
you have a little sister. You have a little sister.
yeah.
She's cute too. She's cute.
So I still feel like I would be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Do that mess again. And you gonna have some words on me too. You know what I'm saying? Now, is that right? No, but it's a way to try to make somebody like remember or think first in the heat of a moment. Are they gonna care? No, but hey. Cause I'm
Yeah.
sure if he get drunk again, he gonna be like, get out again. It's still his
Oh
house. He can do
yeah,
whatever he
absolutely.
wants.
Oh, absolutely. I believe he will do it again. Um,
Yeah, especially after he watches the episode and realizes she's using him and cheating on him. I would kick her out. I don't care what kind of threats you gave me. I will throw all your shit out there on that ground.
I can see him after she didn't milk that prostate. He probably gonna be like, no, well, Lisa, come on, just don't talk to her no more, okay? Please, Lisa, please, because he know if you kick her out, you ain't.
Well,
He might not
yeah,
find somebody else that's gonna do it the way she do it.
that is true. But but you already know he's got a temper. So if you know he has a temper, you know what you're putting yourself in when you keep triggering the bear, I guess you could say. You keep
Guess
tapping
that's what the
that
brother
bear.
said.
And he didn't even, I mean, she, like you said, like she wasn't even doing anything at first. And you saw how mad he got. What do you think he's going to do with this?
Oh, well, it ain't gonna matter because then the brother gonna come get him. So, so
yeah.
he gotta be like,
Well, I know he
Put her
has
in the
it
house
in it.
and then like lock the door and then throw a stuff out the window.
Yeah, I know he has it in him, but right now his nose is wide open because he's
Yeah,
getting
it
that
is.
prostate milk the way that he
Yeah,
wants
it
it to
is.
be.
Yeah, it is.
So it would be
She done
interesting to
did
see
something to
how
that
he
man.
reacts because he may ignore certain things because she's milking that prostate on a regular basis. Because look what he's already done. He paid all that money for her fines. He went and bought her what he said a $13,000 car.
Mhm.
So yeah, and then she doesn't have a job, so I know the first few months he's got to make that payment. You know, so
Mhm.
I don't know,
Yeah, because
but
He
it'll
said
be
she
immediately
interesting.
never had a job.
he
I
put
don't think
his
he's
name.
doing. Yeah, I don't think he's putting his name on the car.
He
I
said
think.
both.
He
Yeah,
put
I think.
both.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did both.
I think he just said that because he didn't want to hear his boy's mouth. Because his homie, his
Oh.
friend, because his friend
Oh.
already
I mean,
been
that's
told
a possibility that he only said that to stop his friend from being like, "Oh, she's gonna run off with whatever down payment you put on
yeah,
that."
because that's what she kept on. Because he kept on saying that, yeah, I trust her and this and that. But he said, well, once she get that car, she's free to go wherever she wants to
She
go.
wants to go. Yep.
And then
Oh,
so the
he probably did put his name on it just because he ain't 100% stupid, I don't think.
Yeah, and he knows if his
She
name is
can't
on
put
it,
her name right now.
because she doesn't have income. Yeah, but he's also probably thinking about it from this perspective of, okay, if I get her this car and then she now has access to go wherever she wants to, and she decides to leave me, I can go repo the car because my name is on it. Whereas if only her name is on it, he can't take that car back from her.
Yeah, because it ain't paid off. He only put a down payment on it. So
hmm
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And then we have another girl who has revealed that she had a sexual relationship with a woman while in prison. Lisa admitted to that. She admitted to sleeping with her cellmate in prison when she was talking about the strap-ons,
mm-hmm.
which I'm like, uh, is this the secret what every woman y'all are gonna show now? But I don't know. Because they're all coming out with it. Yeah.
But she kind of hinted at it when she came out. She said the women like it, their short hair. And
Yeah.
she was like, I like the ladies. And she kept making comments that she liked women.
hmm She
But
did. She did make comments, several comments. So yeah. So
yeah.
am I surprised? No. But I'm just like, okay. I guess this is the big secret that is revealed with these women. And
But
so,
was it during the time that she was talking to him? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
obviously,
she
because
didn't
she
reveal
was
it to him. She didn't reveal it to him technically.
true, true.
She
So
did it in
obviously, it was during that little stint because they were talking the whole time, unless it
yeah.
was a previous one.
Yeah. So I don't know. So our next couple that they showed was Josh and Courtney.
Mm-hmm.
And so Josh is, he says, he's trying to surprise Courtney. He wants to do a romantic gesture. So he does like a scavenger hunt around their house and the property. And, every time she comes up on a clue or whatever, it tells her something else to do. Like one of the clues was, go in the house and find a room that would keep spicy. And I thought it was funny that she ran to the kitchen. But my first thought was, go to
The
the bedroom,
bedroom. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
girl.
Yeah.
Her first response was going to the kitchen. And then she looks a little disappointed that there was nothing in the kitchen. Yeah.
She didn't go to the bedroom because they haven't been doing anything in the bedroom.
Yeah, it's not spicy in there. and
Uh,
so, yeah, and so she heads into the bedroom where she finds another note and a dress. And he says, okay, now go and relax in the bath and put this on. Now, I told y'all, I believe strongly that this girl probably smells like those dogs. Because those dogs have overtaken the house. And did you see how the one dog was just laid on the bed? I was like, is he trying to be sexy? Like, how's this
He
dog
was
laying
the
on the bed
dog
like
had the note though, so I think he had the dog stay there. The dog had the note.
uh, that dog
yeah,
done that
so
before.
Yo, he been there before. You were the lady.
oh, he was
But
very comfortable. Yeah.
yeah, but he
That's all
did. The dog had the note on him, so
hmm
he was kind of for this one time. He was part of the whole thing because he had the note.
I still didn't
It
like it.
said, "Take." I mean, he did say take a bath. So
Uh,
yeah. Yeah,
He
so
didn't
he
say put
wanted her
this on,
fresh.
slip into something sexy. He just said take a bath, then
Yeah,
slip into this.
yeah. So I was like, see, there you go. You're further in my thought process on that girl may smell like dogs or has some kind of and so
He
she
might.
goes to take the bath and then she goes outside. That's where the next clue tells her to go. And he's outside and he has a picnic set up for them, which I thought was cute. I thought that was sweet
Hmm.
for him to do. Like,
That
he
one.
is acknowledging that they're having, some kind of issue or something in their relationship. And, so he is trying to, just trying to, make things a little bit better. And especially because he's about to leave because he only gets to stay with her for 14 days and then he had to leave.
Hmm.
Mhm. Yeah, I think it's kind of wrong that they haven't told her why
Hmm.
why she can't stay with
Yeah.
her husband.
Muted.
You know what? I believe he knows why he can't stay there. I believe this is another situation like Anissa and Jeff, where he probably asked to parole to wherever he's going to because it seems like they would have given you a reason why you can't go home to your wife.
Well, she's
Right.
on probation, right?
Yeah, and I thought that's what she had said was the reason why. But then when she made the statement that she doesn't understand why he has to parole away from her, that's when I'm like, wait a minute, it's starting to sound a
Um,
little fishy here, a little shaky.
Yeah.
mhm, yeah. But about the gesture that he done, I think
Hmm.
that's what she needed because she wanted to feel loved, and
Right.
needed to give her something to show her.
Yeah,
Because telling her is not just good enough. She needs to actually see it or feel it. More affection. He needed to be more
yeah,
affectionate. And by
yeah,
him going through all of that, I think that really made her day and
Oh yeah.
helped
Definitely.
to move for a little bit. So
mm,
I thought that was nice of him to do.
Hmm.
yeah.
Me
'Cause
too.
I
It
mean,
showed he was, even though she felt like he wasn't listening, he actually was.
right,
yeah,
right. So hopefully, but my thing is, she still should at least apologize for making a comment that I gave up so much for you. Because to me, it seemed like that's going to come back up the next time she feels like he don't love her or don't appreciate her.
yeah. Because right
I
before the
think she
scavenger
did,
hunt,
didn't she?
I
what
When
that
they were,
part.
I thought like he apologized, and then she said she was sorry too for the way she acted and what she said.
oh okay.
So, what did
Must
you
be.
guys think about him putting that ring in that jar of pickles?
Disgusting.
That was so disgusting to me. That was so disgusting. I was like, now you got to throw away a whole jar of pickles.
Let it-
Like, who wants to eat the pickles that after they've been sitting in ring juice?
They're gonna
Like,
be
I don't know.
I don't know. First of all, let me rewind tiny just a little bit. He put them
Okay.
shoes on the bed because he wanted to see you wear them shoes. She came walking out barefoot
Barefoot.
outside in the country with them shoes in her hand. I'm like, girl, you supposed to put them shoes on. You
But
messing stuff
see,
up.
yeah, but see, that's the problem. He gives her hints on what he wants. Like,
Hmm.
for him to be like, go get in the bathtub, because you stink, girl. You probably, I don't know why they don't do that little pig pen thing. Y'all remember from Charlie Brown? Remember how Pigpen
Oh,
always
where
had
it
like the
stank.
dirt around it? Yeah, because that's what I'm thinking is going on, honey.
uh,
Like, he done told you to go get in that bathtub. He got a dress picked out for you because he likes seeing you in dresses. He picked out the shoes, like you said. And then it wasn't even like they were stilettos that would be
No, they were
hard for her
chunky
to
heels,
walk
so
in.
they should have been easy to walk in.
Yeah.
But she kind of tomboyish, I guess. So I think maybe he wanted to see her be like pretty and girly, and
Yeah.
so she already, for one, she messed the outfit up because she came walking out barefoot, the shoes on. I'm like, come on now. He said wear the shoes too. Obviously, if he wanted her to be barefoot, he just left a dress.
Yeah.
And then two, um, I thought it was all cute, and it was like the way he did it was creative, and it was very very cute. And I'm glad, like Sean said, that he did it because it showed that he does care and he is listening. But I'm with y'all on the pickles, but I guess I get why he did it because it was all part of that little deal, the big deal joke and all that. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess it was nasty, but at the same time, they the only ones that eat the pickles, so I guess it's all right. Maybe he cleaned that ring off before he put it in there, and I don't know.
Well, he bought it.
Well,
He revamped it.
Yeah, I mean, and she was digging in there too, like deep in there. So like,
Yeah, she was.
I almost was more grossed out by the way she dug into him than that ring being in there. Like, yeah, y'all done extra made it nasty. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's 2 times the
yeah.
nasty out the way she was digging in the pickles. I was like,
Yeah. But see, I think I could have understood it more if he had pulled out one of the spears of pickles and slid the ring on it there, as
yeah,
opposed to putting it in that jar. I'm like, and then we don't know if that ring was brand new or if he had got it from the pawn shop. Like, you don't know. that's
well, if he
that's just
cleans
my,
it, it wouldn't matter where he got it from if he cleans it.
Uh,
But
uh. So quick question. If the person that you is messing with proposed to you and he put the ring in a cupcake, are you going to eat the cupcake? Or are you just going to take the
no.
ring and throw the cake away?
I'm gonna take the ring and throw the
Take the
cupcake away.
ring. Yeah, I wouldn't
Oh,
eat
all y'all going to take it? Oh, okay then. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wasting food. You know they got people
well, I mean,
starving.
that's I
Well,
never really
we
understood that because that's dangerous anyways. Because what happens if I'm so greedy and I'm like, what red velvet cupcake? What Johnny made these? Yeah, I
that's what
ate
I
the
was about to
ring.
say. It depends on what the
Uh,
cupcake came. If it came from
uh,
Johnny, oh, I might scrape around where the ring had been.
Yeah, but I'm saying, then what's to stop you from being greedy and being like, yeah, and now I gotta spit the cupcake out.
Well,
I'm
I
about to
guess
do
you're right
that.
because I wouldn't be there.
yeah.
Like, don't eat it like that.
No, 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 bite it. Don't. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then now they ate the ring. Like, that's dangerous, anyways. I don't think people should play them kind of games.
Yeah, I've never really agreed with the ring and food. Just because I'm really like, you know,
Yeah.
because even if it was a brand new ring, like people have tried on that ring, you know, and then if he got it clean, like at a jeweler, they are going to put the ring into chemicals to clean it. So it's so much that I'm just like, no, don't mix the jewelry with the food. Yeah. So I don't know. That's my thought process on it. I'm not trying to knock anybody who did that because I mean it can be
Yeah.
cute. I've seen it done very cutely, but I'm not going to be tearing into that food afterwards.
Yeah, I always think of like somebody accidentally eating it. That's why I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah, Johnny, what do you think about rings and food?
Yeah, I don't know that I'd be a fan of that. It feel like you contaminated my food.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. Yeah.
I guess I'm the only greedy person that would have ate the whole thing in one bite.
Yeah, I'm just
Well,
a germaphobe like that though. When it comes to
yeah,
like food and stuff like that, like even now, like because of COVID, you never really thought
right,
about when the waiters are touching the plates and they're doing this and that. So every time I see a
right.
waiter touching my food with their thumb, I'm like, oh, I don't even eat that side because it feels contaminated. Yeah, it drives me
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh, I totally understand. Yeah,
Mm.
I'm telling you, I totally get it. So yeah, so that was Josh and Courtney's scenes, and then we had Brittany and Ray.
Uh,
So they are showing them. Supposedly, this is 8 days that Ray has been with her. Um, and so Brittany's family comes over. As soon as they pull up in the driveway, Brittany hightails it outside to go catch them. And she tells them that, Ray is out and that he's come over to visit and he's inside waiting to meet them. And so you can see like the reluctance. And you can tell the dad was a little bit annoyed that she didn't tell him beforehand. And so it was her dad and her sister. And so they go inside and they talk to Ray. They sit down and talk to Ray. And I'm still annoyed with Brittany because I want her to talk to her family and truly tell like Ray's story to them. Because I feel like they would look at him completely different if they knew his
mhm.
story. But it's like she still won't do it. And she almost acts like a little girl when she's around. Even though I get behaving that way around her dad, but it's like she's almost just acting like a little girl, and she's not
Mhm.
speaking up at times that I would she would speak up. So Johnny, I know you're a daddy's girl. What did you think about the scene?
Uh, I was really annoyed because, like you said, I there's a way to be a daddy's girl and still have a man. You know,
Yeah,
like she all she had to do was tell her dad, "Look, I wasn't completely honest with you guys." You know, she even started the whole thing with the lie, talking about he was
right,
there visiting. Like
right,
she could have just said, "Look, he's staying with me. I really care for this guy, not like the other guy. I know y'all are holding it, you know, because of the abuse and stuff I suffered, but he's not like that. Please, please, just give him a try and talk to him and get to know him. He comes from a really good family. Y'all would be very happy if you knew where he came from." You know, she
right,
just totally, to me, just kind of threw Ray out there on the bus, like just go impress. No, you're the one who set the narrative poorly. You need to
right,
fix it.
right.
Mhm.
Exactly. But I did like that her dad seemed like he was willing to give Ray a chance. So I did like that. But I did understand everything that they were saying. And it's
Mhm.
like, Brittany, just speak up some, say something. But she really wasn't.
Mhm.
So, Sean, I know you have a daughter. How did you take this looking at this from a dad's perspective? Or if this was your daughter,
Again,
you know?
I would have been very disappointed because one got me over there on false pretense.
Mhm.
When I
Hmm.
get there, you greet me outside the house to warn me that you got a man in the house, and it's
Yeah,
the man that you claim that was not claim. It's the man that came out of prison, and and then I don't know anything about him, and like you said, based off of the last prisoner or convict that you dated and how he beat on you, I'm going to automatically assume that this one is it too because you have a type, and so I would be upset, disappointed with her, and me personally, I wouldn't win inside after she told me that, you know,
mm,
'cause, there was stuff that happened with my daughter, and she told everybody, and then she finally got to me last, and she was like, "Well, I didn't tell you because I was scared of how you was going to react and all this other type of stuff." And I was like, "Well, yeah, I get it, but if you just would have came to me first, but because I am the way I am, if you came to me first, I would have accepted it because you came to me first." Even as
yeah,
because that shows me that we do have that relationship that I thought we had.
Right.
So by her, if she would have just came to the dad, talked to the dad, then the dad would have sweet talked the mom, and then they would have all been able to talk or to have a conversation with Ray. Because if I was Ray, I'd have been very uncomfortable with the way
yeah,
he was coming. Well, the parent and the sister, father and the sister. But again, that's Brittany's fault. And the way she's sitting up there acting like, oh yeah, you got to show them, you got to show them, when you can just tell them the situation. And then
Right.
the dad would have a better respect for Ray because he would understand because he seems like a very understanding father.
he does. He
Yeah.
really does. He
Uh,
really
Yeah,
does.
he doesn't seem like he's that hardcore the way she was making him out to be. I
uh,
mean, and he's older. Because if you look at the difference between her sister and her, it almost looks like about 20 years. Because her older sister looked like she's in her 50s.
But Brittany's just in her 40s.
you
So
see, I
it's
know
not
you're
a
gonna
big
say
age difference, right?
Yeah, they look
no,
like a huge
no.
age gap. So he's not trying to entertain a bunch of foolishness anyway.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. So, Risa, what did you think of the scene?
Yeah, I mean, I think all y'all were spot on with it. The only thing I felt like that I felt really bad for Ray was that, because we know how his family is, when he said,
Mhm.
"Oh, if I mess up, my family will let me know or they'll get me back on track," whatever. It's still, to me, I wouldn't care about that comment because I would assume your family still ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? You just some little drug, you some little, well, they don't even know
Drug
what he do,
dealer,
but
yeah. Because
but
that's
you just
like,
some little dude from jail that you know what I'm saying, you ain't know how to make money, get money, you did the quick way out, and your family probably ain't nothing, and what, oh, they're gonna fuss at you for doing her wrong, yeah, whatever. But they don't realize that he actually has a good family, and
Yeah.
that because like Johnny said, the scenario that has been painted is, or the narrative that's been painted is just is negative, and granted his situation would be negative to somebody who doesn't know anything,
Right.
Right.
but them because then she's like, oh, he's just a smooth talker, he this, he that. But if you listen to his story, then at least some of that could kind of, you might still keep like he
Makes
a
sense.
smooth talker in your head, but you won't be holding it against him so much. And
Yeah, and
maybe even
some
if you
of it
meet
would
him.
make sense. Yeah, and some of it would make sense to them too.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean,
Absolutely.
and then too, that really is just how he talks. Because the way he was talking is the way he talks all the time.
Yeah.
So they feel like he trying to be fake, but that really is how he talks. That's
Yeah.
his
Mhm.
voice.
Yeah, because
How he
he's
talks.
he's a nice guy. Yeah, he's genuinely,
Mhm.
a nice guy. He is, he doesn't talk, ghetto, or like he doesn't have any
Mhm.
type of education or anything like that. So, they, like you said, was thinking that it could be an act put on, but they're gonna think that because she just hasn't been honest. And
Yeah,
look,
And,
and
mom,
I be
dad,
trying to tell
this is
all the
what
good
it
stuff.
is.
She
yeah,
don't.
Yeah, this is what it is. Yeah.
right,
But it's
right. 'Cause
almost
you
like
make
I almost think she likes that bad boy thought process a little
Mhm.
too much. Because it's like, why won't you just tell them everything so they can understand and want to know more? Maybe your dad will try to take him under his wing, because the dad is probably sitting there thinking that he comes from a household where he didn't know his dad. It's just all kinds of misconceptions about people who are in prison or have gone to prison. And she could have
Mhm.
quickly squashed all of that, I felt like. Yeah.
Mhm.
So the next scene after the dad and the sister leaves, I think that was Brittany's younger sister. Um, so after Brittany's
What?
dad and her younger
What?
sister,
What?
Mm, 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 mm. He
okay, so
came in there
after
looking
the
like Britney's mom. You want to talk about younger sister?
dad, yeah. So after they left, they show Ray gets his ankle monitor taken off, so they go on a date. And so
Well, hold on,
when
just
it
one
was,
second. Now,
uh,
because earlier you said that he was only there for 9 days.
yeah, he's only been out of the halfway house for 9 days.
So how long? Oh, he was in the halfway house for 2 months. Yeah. Okay. So the
Yeah.
ankle. Okay. All right. All right.
Okay.
I thought he
So
was
he
only
gets,
supposed to be there for 2 months. I thought he was supposed to be at her house for 2 months.
He was.
so I wonder why they
They
had it.
did a fast forward. It was like the parents, and then they fast forwarded to when he got his monitor off.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. I guess that's where it came from. And so he gets his monitor off, and of course Brittany starts annoying me. They're in the car heading, to dinner or whatever. And I don't even know how to describe her behavior. So she did a lot of they talked about, getting married and having kids and stuff. And so Ray had said something about waiting maybe 3 years, and even talked about having a baby before they get married. And she was annoyed with it, but at the same time, I'm thinking like you can't pressure a man when you're talking about marriage and having babies. You need to listen to that man and figure out, okay, is this something that I can wait that long for, or is it not? But to try to put the pressure on him, I didn't think was really right. Um, but she definitely did that. And, she was making the comments about him getting a job and he'll be able to pay for everything she was saying once, so I was like, wait a minute. I believe you probably lured him in with what you have. And, oh, now I'm not saying that a man should not pay for the majority of things. That's not what I'm saying. But I do feel like she was putting a lot of pressure on him, or at least
Yeah.
trying to. And I didn't really like that. I'm like, you know what? He has an opinion. And if he doesn't want to get married until 3 years, you just need to decide whether you're going to wait. And if you can't wait that long, leave him alone. Don't sit there and try to force it out of him, because then it's not real. At least that's my
Right.
opinion. What did you think about that, Sean? Did you feel like she was kind of putting the pressure on him?
Well, since he got the ankle brace, it off, and he already did his time because she had said that he need to. What did he say? How she said it about prison? Act the way you act. Promises when you was in prison or something like that.
Mhm.
So I had thought that while he was in prison at your house, or while he was in prison, while he was in prison at your house, he really couldn't say much, so he had to go along with the flow. So
Right.
now that you got the ankle bracelet on, I was like, dude, as soon as the check comes, run, run. Because she talking about getting married real soon and don't play with my time. And
Yeah.
when she said that, I thought about you because you're saying how old she is. So I figured she didn't have that
Oh
much
yeah, yeah. She knows like
time.
that her biological clock is ticking very fast if it has
Yeah,
not stopped.
yeah. So she really need him to step up the pace. But I just felt bad for him because the whole time she talking about we gonna do this, I can do this, and all this here type of stuff. I'm gonna take good care of you and all this here. And now she's like, well, yeah, you need to get a job, because you got to prove yourself not to me but to my father,
With my
so that you
family,
show my
yeah.
father that I'm good enough. But show my father that you're good enough for me. So.
Yeah, I would. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that was crazy.
Mhm.
Okay,
So
so
it's like
Johnny,
she trying to rush everything for that.
yeah, yeah, I did feel that too. So I agree with you, Sean. What did you think of that scene, Johnny?
Yeah, I just thought it was crazy. I was like, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. You want this man who got out of jail, who you knew got out of jail, like she's almost coming into it or making it seem like she didn't know where he came from. You
Uh-huh.
know, you knew where he came from. You knew when you were dating him. You knew when you moved him in. He didn't have a job. Not saying he's not
Yeah,
going to get one, but how are all of a sudden have your standards changed?
Yeah. Preach, sister.
Like that made no sense to me, and that kind of got on my nerves too with her sister as well. Well, when you get a job, we'll know because she works two jobs. Again, she knew that when
Uh-huh.
she dated him, when she brought him over, you
when
know,
she
like
brought him home,
when
she
she
knew
brought
that.
him home.
Yeah,
Yeah, you knew how all of a sudden that was your standard. How all of a sudden did your standards change? Because if it
exactly.
wasn't your standard, wouldn't you have waited till he got out of jail, till he got a job, then maybe let him move in?
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? How is your standard one thing in the beginning and then it changes as you date? That
As
just
soon as the
doesn't make
bracelet
sense
come
to
off, it
me.
changed.
Huh?
As soon as the bracelet come off, it changed.
It
Yeah,
changes.
oh,
Yeah,
everything
that makes
changed.
no
Yeah,
sense. You
yeah,
knew who he was when you got with him. And I'm not saying he's not gonna get a job or he's not gonna do all this stuff, but you're the way she handled that or said that, I was just like, what the hell is
yeah.
going
Mm-hmm.
on here?
Mhm.
Absolutely
I was
right.
like, did
No,
you
I
not
agree.
know what
Yeah,
you had when you moved him in?
Yeah.
right.
And then when he do get a job, is that job going to be good enough for her?
For her, right.
Right.
Her.
That was something I was thinking about because I could see her easily getting mad at him one day and being like, "Oh, you're not even making enough money to take care of both of us. I should be stay at
Right.
home." I could
Uh,
see her doing that because that's the
Yeah.
vibe she's giving me now.
yeah.
I don't know that he'll ever truly be good enough for her in her eyes. I'm not going to even say from her family's eyes because she won't allow them to get to know him and know his backstory. It's going to
Right.
be he's not good enough from her eyes. What do you
Right.
think of that, Ruthie?
Yeah. I she seems really pushy for somebody who just got a man who is fresh out of jail. Like I don't know. Her expectations,
Yeah,
like, so she was mad at him for changing his timeline, but yet you acting different too now that the chain is off. So
right,
I don't know.
right.
She on some double standard type stuff. I don't know. That scene was kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very annoying. Even her when she told him about the type of ring that she wants. Now, I
Yeah,
don't think there's not anything wrong with wanting a nice ring, but this man, he needs to establish himself. Then he can work on a ring for you.
yeah.
And
Oh, well,
when y'all get shopping, you kind of let him know.
she gave him a year. She said, "Yeah, you got a year to buy the ring that I want."
Yeah, because she's like a nice ring,
Uh-huh.
plain with a single stone. and la 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 la, and it needs to have la la la. And I'm like, girl,
So is she
let him
saying he
get
got
a
a ring?
job.
He got a year to propose, or
He's got a year
they
to
can be
propose.
get engaged? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's
I
got a
thought
year
she
to
only wanted to be
propose.
a year. I thought she only wanted to be engaged for a year.
No,
But
he wants to be
that's a
engaged
2 year.
for like 2 years. He wants to
But
be
if
engaged.
she
He wants
giving
to do
him
a
a year,
long engagement. Sorry.
really, I mean, he can. That's kind of meeting him halfway. Then if he want 3 years, she want a year. She just say he got a year to get her the ring, and then they can be engaged for a year. So that's 2.
Maybe.
Yeah, but I think he's probably just kind of realizing the person she is. But I also think that if that family of hers don't jump on board with
Yeah.
being supportive to him, I don't think he's going to stay long anyway.
No,
No.
I don't think he will either.
Yeah.
That's going to be a huge I think that's one of his huge red flags, which is why he's probably not ready to propose right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, can we get your family on board first?
yeah, because she had even made the statement talking about, and don't get me a shut up ring. And I'm like, but that's
Yeah,
what you're actually pushing him towards. If you're trying to
right.
force him to do these things and make these steps that he's not truly ready for yet. And I get it when he was in prison, he told you a lot of things, but you also got to realize once he got out, that may not be the same scenario that he wants to move forward with. And especially since he's seeing and living with you now, it's
Right.
very easy to say, oh, yeah, I can marry somebody that you've never lived with. Because once you move in with somebody, that's a different beast. You see things
Is
that you
much
just never knew about that person. Um,
right.
so
And then
that's,
too, how his family is telling him, Ray's family is telling him, she's hiding you. That stuff is eating at him. And how long it's going to be before her family meet his family, and
Mm-hmm.
and also how she's going to address that narrative, or
Right.
who house they're going to go, because they probably need to go to their house, to Ray's family house, so they can see the house, how big the house is, and all how great it is, and then they can be like, oh, he come from a upscale home. Okay, he's good enough for our daughter.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, because Brittany and her family, and I hate to say this, they just seem superficial,
Yeah.
very superficial. So they need to see certain things. They need to see elegance in order to believe that the elegance is there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. But yeah, but
Yeah.
that was Brittany and Ray. I was glad once their scenes were over with because I was like, this is exhausting to me. Y'all are exhausting. And mostly it's Brittany. I shouldn't even say y'all. Brittany is exhausting.
uh,
So the next couple was Anissa and Jeff. All right. So Jeff says that he is noticing changes in Anissa and the way that she's acting towards him. And so Anissa's friend Penny comes to pick up Anissa to take her to go flower shopping for the wedding because now they've set a date. The wedding is going to be in 3 months when Jeff gets his ankle monitor taken off, right? And so Anissa confides in Penny that she spent about $9,000 on Jeff since he's been out of prison. And Penny's kind of like, well, you need to cut up those credit cards or whatever. And she's like, well, he goes into my purse and gets my debit card, which is what? Like, what? Oh, no, no, no. You got one time to go in my purse without me telling you to go get my debit card, and that debit card is canceled. And you'll be lucky if you're not out on the street somewhere. You don't go in my purse and get my debit card and buy what you want to buy. Like, have
Mm-hmm.
you lost your mind? So that was and so Kyle starts looking around the house. He's trying to figure out what is Anissa's secret. He tries to go onto the computer she allows him to use, and he finds that she has changed the password. Which I understand if he keeps running onto Amazon buying crap with her credit card. I
Mm-hmm.
want to change the password too.
Yeah.
And so he ends up finding a phone. And when he turns the phone on, it only has a couple of phone numbers in there. And of course, Kyle's phone number is one of them. And then he goes into the photo gallery and he finds
Don't, Nene, be nice. Be nice.
photos, sexy photos of Anissa.
Y'all wrong.
in a Butch Devereaux style photo shoot.
Oh gosh.
And it's obvious she was trying to send them to Kyle. That's what it appears to be. And
Oh
so,
wait, no, she sent them to somebody.
but Jeff is thinking she sent them to Kyle.
Yeah.
Okay, let me clarify that. So Jeff thinks she sent them to Kyle. I believe she sent some of them to Kyle too. I do. And so Jeff starts suspecting that Kyle and Anissa have something going on, which I think he's right on point with that. And so um Jeff, when Anissa comes back home, Jeff pressures her to say what is bothering her. And so she comes up clean with it. She's like, well, Kyle told me you have a child, and that's what's bothering me. And so right after that happened, I wondered if they skipped ahead or did Kyle truly pull up at that moment. Kyle pulls up in the yard, and Jeff is mad, and he runs out the house to go get Kyle. He wants to beat up on Kyle so bad. He is, he confronts Kyle. But what I did find funny though is he was like, Kyle, you told her about the baby, and I was about to tell her in 5 minutes. I'm like, wait, that was a week or two ago. Why are you lying, Jeff? Why are you lying? And so, of course, they get to fighting. Anissa stays up in the trailer. She ain't coming out trying to intercept anything. Even though she's talking about, oh, Jeff is going back to the halfway house if the police gets called. Well, go out there and try to break up the fight, girl.
She said, I ain't getting it. She's like, I'm not getting in between these two. Like, even though she kind of started the fight by saying who told her, even though he knew who told her.
Yeah. Yeah. She did start that fight, I felt like. Because I still don't think she should have told him. Or at least told him where she got the info from. Sometimes
Well, he would have known.
Yeah, well, he would have known, yeah. But that was my thing. I think she should have held on to it a little bit longer. What did y'all guys think of this scene? And
maybe
Anissa's sexy photos.
Okay, them photos, yeah, them was some old Golden Girl type photo shoots. I get that. That wasn't sexy,
Yeah,
right? It looked more nervous or
yeah,
I didn't like them.
Yeah, and then she had on those high-waisted panties and was trying to be sexy, and I'm like,
and this, and then like sitting on the bed, it wasn't like nothing about the poses or anything looked sexy. So I was like, but for her, maybe that is sexy. You know what I'm saying? Like for her, because she's not a sexy, like she don't dress sexy and and all that stuff. So for her, that was sexy. And who she sent him to? Oh no, because I was thinking Kyle too, but then he named all them other men too. Like she had other men in that phone. I'm like, ooh, that's quite a few of them in that phone. Like
they were on a break, quote unquote. She sent it to another prisoner.
Yeah, but she was sent to a few of them. It looked like because he was like such and such, such and such, such and such, and such and such, and Kyle. I'm like, and then why were you talking to Kyle on your burner phone?
Exactly.
Find out.
Look, that's because she's still chit-chatting with Kyle and she needs the burner phone to communicate with him.
Yeah, because Kyle shouldn't have even been in that burner phone. That's for the extra man. So Kyle, that's, so that means maybe he is an extra man, but she had to play that role because she know it's gonna be on TV and that fiance and that girlfriend probably come for her. But the fight, I know, like, it's at the end of the day, it's his fault because he told Kyle and he knew Kyle would tell Anissa. And then for him to get as crazy as he got, like, you already knew he was going to tell her. But she should have held that at least until after they left because she knew Kyle was on the way. So it's like, if you know he on the way right now and you tell him that information and you know it's going to make him mad, what else is he going to do? And then she going to sit there talking about, I'm not going to go get in the middle of that. That's between them. Like, no, actually, it's between you and your dude. But Kyle came and brought you the news so that your man would be lying to you.
Yeah, and then I didn't like that statement because I was like, you started this, Anissa. So you need to be worried about it, not to about, oh, this is between them. No, it's not. Now, girl, you better get off your butt and go out there and stop them, or at least make it look like you're trying to stop them.
Right.
Hold on, she came back fine.
happy birthday dinner.
I'm like, who is this?
I was like, I gotta get ready while we're talking.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No, you good.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. I'm with you on that. She started that mess. Talking about it ain't hurt. That's between them. She made me mad.
So Johnny, what did you think about those sexy pics of Lisa's?
You know, I must have been playing my game because they're so boring. I didn't see the actual pictures.
Yeah, I can understand
No.
wanting to play a game while they're on the screen.
Yeah, I didn't really take a look at what the pictures.
It was like,
on screen. So,
and then she had on these high-waisted panties. I was like, sis,
hey, I'm
go
not.
get yourself a thumb.
Yeah, I don't take sexy photos, so I would probably look like she did. So I guess I can't judge that.
I don't think
No, wait, no. I refuse to believe that you would have on a pair of high-waisted underwear tucked up under your bra, you know, and taking pictures in it.
You know, I would have.
I think they were that high either.
Boobs go down to my damn knees, so I would have had to have something, you know, trying to feel like I was pulling them up a little bit. But yeah, I didn't even see her pictures. I'm sorry, I totally missed that they actually showed the pictures.
Yeah, they showed them.
Okay, so Sean, what did you think about the sexy pictures?
But I didn't notice.
What?
Yeah, because the screen that I was watching it on, because I was driving.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't, obviously it wasn't good enough for me to pull over and watch. So, so I didn't miss anything. But the fight scene, you know, when she talking
That was
about
funny.
That was the worst.
Speaking of,
To me, well, he put that
fight
two-piece.
I have ever seen.
Hold on, but he did get a couple hits in there though. I did see him. He was like, doop 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 doop.
Yeah.
And then
The way he was hitting them, though, it was like
he still hit. I think he got at least one good hard one in there.
yeah, because I got to start on me now because I bit the house on Kyle winning the fight and seeing how Kyle went down. I lost my house and my car. So people out there, I need y'all to send me some money so I can pay my bills because I can't die.
If he sit inside his house, whatever. No, people don't be fooled. Don't be fooled.
That fight,
yeah,
like that fight reminded me of a fight that we would see like on Duck Dynasty or you know what is it, the Swamp Boys or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that fight was going to me. I was just like, well, yo. Stop throwing punches from across the yard. Like they were all both on two opposite ends of the yard throwing punches. I'm like, you ain't even fighting anybody right now. Push them together and let them fight.
Nah, but Kyle ain't won none, boy. He got hit a couple times. He ain't won none. He let him pull him back apart after that. He was like, get him over there so I can start yelling. Then he told him he gonna pull out his gun. I'm like, dang, you done scared this man so bad. He ain't gonna put hands on you no more. Now he wanna shoot you. That's why I said one of them hits hurt.
Yeah. That Joker said, your whooping stick. He said, yo, I thought your whooping stick, you must have broke your whooping stick. That was it.
Yeah, he did say, yeah. But I mean, they had been punching at the air so much they were probably tired from just punching at the air.
He was over there breaking logs and junk. I was like, what happened? I think I looked down for him and looked up. He had broke the thing or something. I'm like, what just happened?
Right.
But I think the camera crew were trying to keep them apart. And then when they finally did let them get close, that's when Jeb hit him about three little licks. And then I'll say two little licks and one good one. Cause I do think Kyle felt something because he fell. And I don't think it was just from backing up. Like I think he felt one of them hits because I don't think them hits were soft, to be real with you. Like I know Johnny said they weren't real, but I'm like, no, I think like just look, because I kind of replayed that a little bit. I'm like, I think that might have been a real hit in that one. But I just felt like after those hits, though, oh boy didn't really want to fight him so much as he was like, I'll shoot you.
Yeah, said I'll shoot you right there. Right?
Yeah. And then they peeled out. He was like, get out of here for my eyes swell up. Go.
That was a horrible fight.
It was a bad fight because it was weird, but
yeah, it was the weirdest fight.
It was funny to me. I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was like two cuts.
I was like with Sean on that because I thought Okay, Kyle copped out that truck, started talking noise, started saying all kinds of
He
stuff.
got hit.
I
He
was
got
like,
hit.
oh, okay.
He
I
got
was like,
hit.
all right, here it comes, here
Yeah.
it comes.
It said, "Boo, up.
It was
I shoot you."
Mike
He said,
Tyson
"Boo,
always
boo,
said.
boo.
Yeah.
I'll
Tyson
shoot
said it's
you."
not you talk big and bad until you get hit. Once you
Yeah,
get hit, the truth come out you. So.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He like, I don't play
Yeah.
these games. I shoot. I shoot. Like, nah, you said you played them games a minute ago. So he
Yeah.
got hit.
Yeah, you were ready. Yeah.
Yeah, he's ready.
You were
He's
ready.
like, I'll get out there and I'll fight. I'll whoop his butt. And then he get out there and get hit. He's like, man, I'll shoot that man. I'm like, hey, right in between us.
Yeah, and then for her to
Right.
sit up in the house talking about I have nothing to do with it, I was like, yeah, you got one person out there that's fighting. Your friend is fighting on behalf of your friendship because he care about you. He don't want nobody to take advantage of you. And your man, he's fighting because he love your money. So he don't want
Right.
nobody to mess up his money train.
Right.
So
He enjoys the comfort that you're providing to him. That's why
right,
your man is out there fighting because somebody tried to come in between his comfort. That's
uh-huh.
why he's fighting.
Mhm.
So it's just like, girl, you need to go outside and go handle this situation
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
calm
and
down.
he's like the only one who isn't even really trying to work. He's just
Yeah,
sitting there on his ass spending money he ain't
yeah.
made.
And
Right. Ordering Amazon every day.
and the picture.
Probably Amazon and Uber Eats at the
I
same
know,
time.
right? And yeah, because I was like, dang, he big. When he took his shirt off and went in there trying to talk, I was like, oh, look
Yeah.
at that gut.
Because he tripped me out because, like you said, 5 minutes I was about to talk about the baby.
The
I was like, the
baby.
baby. Like,
Yeah, he
man,
keeps
I
on
thought it was
saying
an
the baby.
18-year-old
Yeah.
kid. And
Yeah.
then the pictures, she might not have been sending them to Kyle. Kyle probably was the person that was taking the pictures. So that's why he was in
Yeah,
the
I was thinking that too, because she did have her back.
oh,
Somebody
Kyle
took the
to go
picture.
and take the pictures.
Yeah, she was tooting it up like she was ready, so I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, so they Jeff ends up going back inside the house where Nisa's been sitting this whole time smoking cigarettes. I think Virginia Slim Longs. The whole time while they're outside fighting like two wild animals. And so Jeff tells
Virginia is
Anissa,
his best friend.
he admits to her about the baby and explains
The
why
baby.
he didn't tell her about the baby. Yeah, that's what he kept calling this 18-year-old that can vote and can fight in a war, the baby. So, and
And
then
can buy
he
her Virginia
confronts him.
Long cigarettes.
Yeah, her Virginia
100.
Slim,
Her Virginia Slims, there you
Slim
go.
100 menthols. Yeah, yeah. So he can buy his stepmommy all those things.
Mm.
So, yeah, and so he confronts Anissa about the pictures in the phone, and she says that it was when one of the times, I guess, that he didn't come home. Like he got out, but he didn't truly come home. And so, yeah, so she explains her way out of the pictures, which I'm kind of not buying her story. I don't trust her completely. I think she's a little sleazy. What do you
Yeah.
think about her, Sean?
I think she's honest. And then too, I don't think he should be upset because the whole fact that he been dipping out on a or reneging every time it's time to get married and come home from prison instead of coming home to her. He go home somewhere else. So she got tired of waiting and you know, she was thirsty. She's sending out pictures. Anybody that's thirsty, so
Oh, you really thirsty if you trying to drink from that.
But she did say it had been like what 6 years when she
uh,
went trying to get him at the halfway house. So
mhm.
Yeah,
when she's trying to catch something.
yeah, yeah.
They bait out there.
Go
Yeah,
back
because
to
we
the
know he
home.
was out there getting something, so she
Mhm.
might as well
Why he got a
try to get
baby?
something too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, as
I
well.
want to I want to see this baby. I want to see it because yeah, I want to see this 18-year-old baby.
Hmm. This 18-year-old baby. Yeah.
Yep, I want to see that 18-year-old baby. Absolutely, absolutely. And so our final couple, we see Doug and Rachel. And I'm sad. I was really rooting for this couple. I really was, really truly was. And so we find out Rachel has found out that Doug has been cheating on her the whole time, and that he had went over to one of his friends' houses and had a woman over there. And so Doug's friend's wife contacted Rachel and told her, and then Rachel found out about the woman or how to reach her, and she reached out to her, and the woman, told her everything that had been going on with her and Doug. And we also learned that Doug had punched out one of Rachel's cabinets in a fit of rage and was saying he punched the cabinet to.
You said it was
That's love.
love.
I don't want none of that. I don't want any of that kind of love right
Hey,
there.
he didn't hit her. He hit the cabinet. That's love.
But he said in order to avoid hitting her.
Well, he said he couldn't hit her face, but he hit the cabinets because he loved her. So
yeah,
that's love.
That's some tough love there.
Yeah, she said y'all trolling me. Y'all trolling me.
You don't know what love is? Love is a hole in the wall. Love is a hole in the wall.
I know love. I've been in love. I mean, but I didn't want to punch a cabinet to avoid punching their face.
Slamming.
I feel like you're trying to get back at me for something I've said during this episode.
No, we just trolling you. We messing with you, gay. We messing.
And so, I felt a little bad for Rachel. Rachel shows where Doug has removed all of his belongings out of the house, and he took everything of little Dougie's out of the house as well. And so, now she's realizing that, everything that she wanted is over with, is done. And then she also kind of feels like it was never real, which, I mean, there may have been a point where it was real because he did choose to marry her and not the other woman. Mm-hmm. And he even entrusted her with his child. So I was like, maybe there was some love there, but it was a lot of selfishness. Like he still wanted to play around though, or so than anything. And so like at one scene, her mom is like, come sit down at the table, because you can tell her mind is somewhere else, because I saw her take the bologna out of the refrigerator, but it didn't register even to me that, wait a minute, she did put that in the cabinet. So she took some bologna out of the refrigerator and walked over to the cabinet and put it in there. And she's talking to her mom. She shuts the cabinet, and her mom's like, come sit down. And she's like, why? And she's like, because you just put bologna in the cabinet. But, that's to be expected. And then the night that Rachel found out everything, she took a ring off and threw it in the yard. So we also had the scene where Rachel is digging through leaves in her yard trying to find the ring. So she's like, maybe she could sell it and get something out of the deal. What did y'all think of this?
I mean, obviously there's been rumors already, so I already knew. I just didn't know that's how it was going to happen. Like, I didn't think that as soon as they cut it on, that's what they were going to show, that she was saying, I just found out he cheated. And then if you even go rewind a little bit more, remember he was showing all the tattoos. And I feel like if you had a woman who you've been with since before Rachel, since whatever, and this woman has been holding it down for you the whole time you've been in jail as well, where her tattoos at? What made Rachel so different that you went in through all these tattoos and was like, she's the one for me and this one I'm gonna be with and whatever? If you had this other one that meant more, like that, that part didn't make sense to me. And then it just was hurt seeing how, because I feel like she's not a type of person, I think, that really show her pain or where, because even when her mom hugged her, I just knew she was gonna be crying. But if you listen, she wasn't crying. She was just like, I know. But obviously, for her to put the bologna in the cabinet, she's bothered. She's hurt. And she said she's hurt. And she said, like, if you watching it, yeah, you hurt me. And then I think it hurt her more that not only did he leave and she lose her husband, but then he took the kid, and she was like, I looked at him like that. Like he was my son, and she was like, now I have an empty house and everything is gone. And she was like, her family is just gone all of a sudden. Like one day it's there and one day it's not. And she didn't do anything wrong. It's like, it'd be different if she was one that cheated or that she was a bad person, but she was the best person in the world to his son. And she was an awesome wife to him. Yeah, she didn't play his games at all times, but she did the things that she was supposed to, I feel like, as a wife. And the way he did her was just trifling. And if I was that girl, the fact that you got this chick's name, her face, her name like twice, her initials. You got all these tattoos dedicated to her. I would be questioning what were we that whole time? You know what I mean? Why would you even want to stay with somebody who not only were you there before her and during all that time, he got this chick tattooed all over him and he married her. So it's like, I don't know. I just feel like he trifling, and it's good that she, even though it hurts, it's good that that marriage ended as early as it did.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't really worth her time. Like the woman is a freaking engineer. She's smart. She's pretty. She could do way better than him. Like he might have been cute, but he wasn't about nothing. Like so, yeah. Pawn that ring, Rachel. If you see this, pawn that ring. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, beautiful woman. She is very pretty, and she definitely can do way better. So, hats off to her for like taking in the little Dougie, even though she don't have to. But she don't. He does not deserve her, and whoever he got is probably just as much trash as him. And if she ain't trash, then she's stupid because you didn't let this man be with you or claim he wants you to, and whatever the reason y'all couldn't be together, because I think they were saying she's married to or something. Not in the episode, but in some stuff I saw. But like y'all, first of all, if y'all both, if you was married and waiting to be with him still, you was trifling. And then two, this dude did all of that to you while you still wait and you think he's worth the wait, then you stupid. You deserve him. She deserves him.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the typical side chick thing. Like, she was allowing herself to be a side chick to a man. I'm sorry if I'm dealing with the man first and he goes off and marries somebody else. Okay, it's time to leave that alone. Because if he was truly into you, he would have married you instead of her.
And the
So,
tattoos, like it's her whole face, not just her name twice, and her initials, and her whole face. I'm like, come on now, you overdid it with it. First of all, he was overdoing it with them. That's stupid. That is stupid.
Yeah.
but he did say he's addicted to tattoos.
Yeah, but get some other
Process.
stuff. Put some other stuff right there.
But he had a what? Big spoon, this spoon.
Oh yeah, he had the little big spoon. He had her name. He did the little drawings from the book. I think he had her name at least. Her name at least once, and her initials at least once, and her picture.
I know her name was on there at least twice.
Okay, see, her whole name was twice. So, and he had her initials in there too, and her face.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's too much. Plus, like I said, the book that she showed him. So that part, yeah, nobody will know what that is. Big Spoon, whatever, nobody know what that is. But Rachel and her face, we know what that is.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say if he just had the name, he could say that was Rachel from Friends, but
He put the face. And then I don't know if the new girl's name is Rachel, but if it ain't, they good grief.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, that's what she gets. She was the side chick. And look what he did. He got married. He got all these tattoos and stuff. So he showed his love and devotion for the woman that he got married to. Whether he was actually devoted to her, that's a whole nother question. But he showed where like his loyalty and stuff was.
Just crazy to me.
So I mean, she should feel crazy knowing
But
that
I
she allowed
think
herself to be in there.
his loyalty to her, I think, probably was because of the son, because she took the son in, and she was such a good mother figure for his son. So,
Yeah.
So I guess he'd be like, "That's my son's mom."
So, but to leave her for someone else because he wants to play the field, he don't want to be tied down. I was like, that's kind of crazy because you have like his dad, because his father was telling him, you have something good, so there's an opportunity to make good on your life, a new start. Now, was the friend girlfriend, wife had told, is that the friend that went to the ring place?
I'm not sure, but I did see a scene of
Them riding around again.
Doug, yeah, on the back of that motorcycle again. I was like, this is
with the hair just blowing. His hair.
yeah.
So that goes to show that his friend knew how Doug was, because he's like, dude, you sure you want to on this ring because he never seen Doug being faithful, and
Yep.
should come to pass. Doug wasn't faithful. So
Yep.
and the friend's girl told on him. So I was
Yeah.
like, that was cool. hmm And
He knew exactly what he was talking about, and yeah, I'm like that dude. You couldn't even. I don't know. You sitting up in this woman's house, like the best place you never lived doing that mess. I'm like, seriously?
and then we talk about the suburbs. I forgot where I come from because I'm in the suburbs now. So obviously you didn't forget where you came from because you still wind up
Back out there,
right, right.
muted. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, I agree with you, Sean. So it's just it's just crazy. But I do feel bad for Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
She
her
was
and
the only
for
one feel bad for her.
Lil Dub. Yeah, for bad for Lil Dub too.
Yeah, and Lil Doug too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know supposedly now she has him again. So I guess somehow she was able to get custody of him back. Because I think that's the best place for him.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
think he had a lot of respect for her too. Like you could just tell by their relationship. So
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
then whenever
absolutely.
Doug get his act together, he can always come back.
no,
His son's there, so that's a
no,
gateway.
no,
Yeah, I hope Rachel won't take him back.
no. Don't even put that in the atmosphere, man. We done with him. He back in jail for who knows. They say he might be in jail for life. That dude on some drug charges and everything else. So he might not even coming back.
Yeah.
That's probably how she got on the fact that he ain't coming back. Then the little boy's mom is jacked up. So, but yeah, I was glad to see because I knew there was rumors that she had him. So I was glad when they put that little blurb at the bottom. I was like, oh, thank goodness he is back with her. So I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And hopefully, Doug or Big Doug gave him his stuff back too. Or he got all his stuff back before. Well,
Nah,
went
he
to
all
jail.
that stuff and pawn all that stuff.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I hope he ain't take that boy's game system.
No.
Because all that stuff can't fit on the bicycle, on the motorbike. So
No. No.
Well, I never
Yeah.
seen him doing it by himself, so I'm like, oh boy, like, look, you can't drag you. I can't be driving you and all that stuff.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yep.
and if nothing else, he had his son to try to do right by her and keep the family together for her, and he couldn't even do that. I'm like,
yeah,
and the
because
son, I think he knew it too. The little boy, he knew that was coming.
when he was doing his little confession, they said that I had a good wife, could have been good to her, whatever. And then he had mentioned the son. He's like, I had an opportunity to do right by my son, but I let him down. So I was like, yeah, you should have stuck by your son because you had an opportunity to change your son's life. You
Yep.
know, and so good thing the son still had the opportunity as a stand with Doug. I mean, not Doug, but Rachel. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it, but I'm glad she not
Yeah.
stuck in that marriage.
Right. She went ahead and she figured it out before she started reproducing with him. That she'd be settled with kids and going through a divorce. So happy for
Mhm.
her. Like I said, I felt bad for him. I was really rooting for that couple to make it. I wanted it to work for her. Because you tell how much she loved him and how much she was trying. So absolutely.
Mhm.
So that was the end of the episode.
Well, they did do
So
some little recaps on everybody's, just for the
oh, they
people who maybe didn't know, because they said Rachel got Dougie. Um, oh boy, of course, went to jail. Which, if anybody didn't know, he went to jail for them drug charges and stealing vehicles and
yeah
all that stuff. Then they were talking about Lisa and Stan. Lisa is what did they say about Lisa? I know they said Stan is waiting to propose, or he's planning on proposing to Lisa soon. And you know what? I don't remember what they said about Lisa. I don't think it was nothing. Oh, Lisa still has a secret girlfriend. Lisa still got a secret girlfriend, and Stan is waiting to propose. Uh, we know how when Dougie and Doug. Um, what's the other couple? Courtney
Hey,
um,
Josh,
and Josh. Josh went back to jail, um, which we don't know if it was for the rumored um,
domestic violence.
domestic violence or if it was something else. It just said probation. He violated his probation, so that still could be for the domestic violence because that would be a violation. And that they're still married and she's still living by herself. Um, then they said that because I guess she was living by herself before that anyway, since he had to move. Um, Jeff is back in the halfway house for something like violating something as well. And then Anissa is still waiting on him to get out so they can get married. Who else? Oh, and then I guess what's the name?
Britney.
Who?
Britney.
Oh yeah,
Britney
Brittany
and Ray.
and Ray. Brittany is still waiting on her proposal. And Ray is like, I don't know. They say he got a job or he looking for a job, whatever it is. He might have a job, I think it said. But yeah, it had those little things at the bottom. So pretty much the biggest thing that was the good out of those, even those little filling us in on what was going on with everybody, was that Rachel got Dougie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Ray
So,
didn't go back to jail.
Yeah, I mean
right.
Ray's still doing good,
Mhm.
and they're still together too. So
Yeah, so overall, I think this was a good episode. It was the last episode of the season. And so next week, they'll be back. Well, not all of them, but the show will be back, but it's going to be life after lockup. Okay. And so, I know Courtney and Josh won't be on there, and Rachel and Doug will not be on there. But I believe all of the rest of the couples are going to be on that. And so I'm ready to see it because I'm ready to see some of the older couples. I'm ready to see them again and see what they're up to. I know some of them have gone through quite a bit because they've been, on social media and in the media in general with some of the things that have been going on with them. Um, so, a couple of those couples have gotten arrested. All kinds of things. Death has occurred. A lot of different things. So I'm ready to see some of the old couples, and so that'll be back next week on the 27th, next Friday. So yeah, and so we will be covering Life After Lockup. So if you want to catch that, catch us Saturday. I know this is a little bit later than what we normally do it, so we'll be back to our old scheduled time. So it'll be like early, late Saturday morning, early afternoon. All righty. And so just come back and check us out. All right. And thank you for watching. And don't forget to subscribe and like the video on your way out. All right. Bye, everyone.